Okay, Judy, we are looking at Thursday Blues, and this one's different because it has more of a classical fingerstyle approach to what we've been doing, to what we're doing here. Because before, in the last couple pieces, each finger was assigned a string, which that's not happening here. We're getting in an M-I pattern. Okay, the first thing we're doing is that the first phrase is going to go B B B flat A G D E D. That's the run. Uh, that's what we're trying to hear. We're not playing nearly that fast, but playing it M I takes a little bit of work. So you're going to go on the second string and just go M I, and when that feels good, M I, go to the next one, B flat, third fret, third string, and go M I. Okay, and when that feels good, put them together, M I. When that feels good, add the next one. A-G, M-I, sorry, M-I, that's A-G. And then when that feels good, add the E-D, okay? And then the last one, you just put that second finger back down on E, and that finishes it off on an M finger there, okay? So it goes... And then when that feels good, when that phrase feels right, add the bass notes. Sorry, this is the wrong note. Must have been writing a song in here. Good. And when you add, now you want to add the bass note. Last note was a little clumsy, but I'll do it again. Okay, nice and slow though. Take it a hair slower than that. But I'm not too worried about the bass note. I think the bass note is going to work itself out. I'm more worried about your right hand being comfortable. Okay, that's that main phrase. And then it happens again on the end of the line. Inside, we have those little bracketed things I was telling you was going to be, they're fills, I guess. And that I want you to make sure you're using your A finger for the open G. So you're going to go E, G, E, 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 G, E, E, just all by itself, okay? Then you play the same lick again. Alright, the same lick. And then on the end of that first line, you have a new riff, okay? It's going to be a pinch on G and E. Your A finger, you just had your second finger down on E, and it actually will end up staying there, but out of context, just what you're actually doing is just going, like, I don't know how to describe it. Eventually it'll feel good. You're going to go A, M, and then thumb to hit the bass note. But anyway, just, I don't know if that really will help you right now, but once we start getting the hang of stringing these things together, that's going to feel better than it does right now. So you're pinching on E and G. Middle finger is going to play the E on the fourth string. Do it again. And then you hit the two bass notes. Like that. It's a little exaggerated, but... Alright, that gets us through the first line, little bits at a time. Moving down, the last thing we're going to do here is the next phrase on the second line. Same idea, M-I-M-I-M-I-M-I-M, okay? But they're different notes this time. The first thing is pretty simple. On the high E, M-I, but the next note is your third finger moves up from the D up to D sharp or E flat here. And you're going to play it with M-I, but your third finger is moved up, and then you're going to move it down to the D. Okay, so we do these the same way we did it on the first line, where it's get the E first, and then when you move to the E flat, sorry, and then when that feels good, and then add the next thing, and when that feels good, add the next thing, and then add the last one. Nice, out of tune. Meaning just a little bit at a time. So that next thing will sound like this. Alright, just take your time with it. Okay, that's that phrase. The The hard part is, to me, is when you're having to switch notes inside of that third beat. 3-1 is a little tricky. And the last thing there that we're working on is just the fill. It's going to be your A, followed by your first finger on C, but you can play it with your A finger. Right? 2 and 3, 4. 2 and 3, 4. And then you come back and do your original lick again. Sorry. Come on, Dean. Right? Does it all over again. I'm playing it fast and with a little bit of a swing. You can play it, just take it slow and it'll be fine. And then the last little thing we have there is that last little fill. Now, to be honest with you, that second fret there, that is the end of that measure, it leads you into the next thing more than it's part of that measure anyway. So that's not really gonna. I would almost not even worry about that last two there, that last second fret B. We're gonna add that to the next measure. So end on the lick, end on the fill, on the low E. Don't worry about the B. Hopefully that gives you enough to mess around with. Let me know if you have any questions, but I think it'll be great. Just take your time.